Hello everyone and welcome back to the Kiki. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope everyone had a wonderful day, is having a wonderful afternoon or evening. And if you're part of the replay gang, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know that you guys are there. Hashtag replay gang. And again, thank you for joining me this evening. Let's go ahead and get it crack-a-lacking. I do apologize in advance for low energy. Child, I had a headache and had a headache all day at work. Came home with the headache and all of that good stuff. But yes, I took a couple of Tylenols and it finally kicked in. So again, apologies for low energy. I'm going to do my best to get it crack-a-lacking for y'all. But it is what it is until it ain't what it ain't. Just to give you, let you guys know, there will be some changes to the tarot readings, bone readings, and rune readings. They will actually not be by phone anymore. I will be doing those via email. So if you do want a tarot reading or a bone reading or a rune reading from me, definitely all the information will be linked in the description bar below, but do not be expecting it to be a phone reading. It will be via email. I would work on having those by video as well in the near future, but for right now they will be via email, and please allow up to 2 to 3 days for your reading to be emailed back to you. So if you request a reading on a Monday, give me up to Thursday to give you the reading via email. So that is that. I think there is no other changes that I am considering, but I definitely will let you guys know. Okay, so all links will be linked in the description bar for the shop, which continues to be open for intention oils, spiritual bath salts, Reiki, and fixed and Reiki charged candles, pain relief oils, and of course the tarot readings, rune readings, and bone readings, and also Reiki sessions and Reiki classes. So hit up the shop. It's like a candy store. Go there, see what you like. Let me know. Pay for it, and we'll get it crack-a-lacking, okay? So let's go ahead and get it started. Because a couple of things have popped off in the social media world. See if I can get this thing started over here. And of course, it does what it normally does, which is go faster. Okay. So we all know who Kim Zolciak is, and Croy, her husband. Now, if you don't know, Kim is from the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise, and her and Nene Leakes had a feud. I don't know where they stand now, but after Real Housewives of Atlanta, her stint there, she had a spinoff because she was getting eventually she was getting married, but I think she had a spinoff called Don't Be Tardy for the Party. That was her spinoff. I couldn't watch that myself. But then she started dating Croy, who is was a football player. I believe he was a football player. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then they got engaged and got married. And of course, that ended up on E! And part of her show, which was the wedding special, of course, Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding. So, hence why I put don't be tardy for the divorce, because now they divorcing. And it looks like Kim beat him, Croy, to the filing station, the clerk's office, to file for a divorce. And low key, is anybody surprised that they're divorcing? Is anybody really surprised because of Kim Zolciak's record? She got older children by someone else. No shade there, but she was dating, on the show, dating Big Papa, who was an older man, so made it look like it was a sugar daddy situation she was involved in. And they kind of tried to dispel that as time went on, and Big Daddy don't disappear, and the next Croy popped up. But is anybody really surprised that they are actually going through a divorce? I mean, honestly, I'm not. I'm surprised that they lasted as long as they did. In all actuality, because of their lifestyles. Croy seems like he's a down home, good old boy, from the South. And Kim is about, glitz and glamour and name brand and, being catered to. And not saying that Croy wouldn't do that or couldn't do that, because I'm pretty sure they bonded and got attracted to each other for those reasons, because they like that about each other. But some things wear off the longer you stay married, the longer you stay together in a relationship, and sometimes you start seeing the flaws and the things that you once enjoyed and found attractive with your partner. Sometimes the rose-colored glasses get pulled off, and maybe Croy was looking at things from a different started looking at things from a different perspective. Now he's getting older, because I think he is a little bit younger than Kim. Let me check. This is why I'm not on camera, because I wanted to play with my phone. Also, child, like I said, I had a headache. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Kim is 44 and Croy is 37. So that's a 7-year age difference. And, to be honest, that's a significant age difference. It's not like it's, 10, 15, 20, but 7 years is it's still a little bit of an age, significant age difference. And he's getting older. He's approaching 40, and he might be looking at life differently now, and he's a retired football player. So he might be trying to, there is no retirement fund for athletes. So, and if he's not doing anything to, on the side, not saying I don't really follow these two. Hopefully he is doing something on the side besides the show, being involved with the show. But if he's not doing anything significant on the side to bring in, money, he may be looking at things like, okay, we need to be, reeling things in, start saving more than we're spending, this, that, and other. He might be looking at it differently that way. And Kim is maybe she's not willing to do that. I don't know, but it looks like it's getting really nasty, because she's actually, the last thing I read was that it looks like she is asking for Croy to be drug tested. Allegedly, he may be smoking, the earth herb and whatnot. And they got 2 minor children. Now she has, like I said, she has other kids, older children, but I believe they have for between them two, they have two minor children. Um, That's me double check. Right, and Kim children. Oh wait, I think they have five children together, ranging from, no, wait a minute, one, two, three, four. They have four kids together, ranging from 11 to 9. The 9-year olds are a set of twins. So that's going to be a significant battle because you got minor children involved. So yeah, there's going to be a nasty little fight about custody and this, that, and other. Because obviously they aren't in agreement. You know, this is going to probably get ugly. You know, of course, money is involved. And they built a brand, air quotes. They kind of built a brand around each other in their marriage. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this really pan out. But don't be expecting it to be pretty, because when it's involving money, kids, and celebrity status, 9 times out of 10 it gets ugly. Rarely do it be something cordial, that's, not messy. So, and I wonder if this will end up on the Real Housewives franchise, Atlanta, or I don't even think they have Tardy for the Party anymore for Kim Zolciak. So I don't even know if she's even in talks of coming back to. I know there was rumor ish that she was going to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta at some way, shape, or form, but I don't know if she actually has come back like fully. And who's to say that she might come back as a friend or something like that, and maybe this would be a storyline. I don't know if they really want to just, it's going to be, the divorce is going to be aired out in the public any bloody way, but I don't know if they're going to put it on the Real Housewives franchise to actually, make it a storyline for the franchise. That'll be interesting, but it might not play out as well. I don't know, but we just have to wait and see what happens. But like I said, I'm not surprised that they're actually going through a divorce. I'm more surprised that they lasted as long as they did, but yeah, when people get married, you always hope for the best, and I kind of like low-key really didn't care if about Kim Zolciak, because she wasn't one of the people that I actually liked on the show. I didn't dislike her, but I didn't like, she wasn't one of my faves or something like that, and I couldn't get past season. I couldn't get into season 2. So that being said, I fell completely off of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I went right back to the OC, which is like, yeah, I can stick with OC, but I cannot stick with Atlanta. I hear about it, every now and again. I keep up on the sidelines, but watching the actual show, I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. That's my opinion. It is what it is, but totally not surprised that they actually going through a divorce. Just surprised that they lasted as long as they did. For the sake of the kids, I'm hoping that they come to some type of agreement. But I think these two are like really strong-willed type of individuals, so they're gonna be butting heads a lot before they are actually come to some type of compromise, because Kim wants things her way and Croy wants things done his way, and you see what's happening now. They're in the fight for a divorce. So we'll just have to watch everything play out, and if it comes to the E network, more power to them. That means more ratings for them. So it's a win-win for for the Real Housewives franchise, but it's a sad situation for Kim and Kroy. It is, divorce is, it is sad to watch a marriage dissolve, but I wish them the best, and hopefully for the sake of the kids, they lessen the drama for the kids and keep the kids in mind while they're fighting each other. Now, I know a couple of months ago we had talked about this guy. For flashing a gun on his IG live, and he immediately, like the very next day, almost same day, pretty much went into damage control, talking about he's in therapy. He apologized. He asked for forgiveness. He said that he was working on himself. He was going through therapy. He even threw in Reiki, child. He even threw in Reiki, and I was so proud that he threw it and grateful that he threw out Reiki, that he was having Reiki sessions done. Again, shameless plug. If you are interested in Reiki healing, which is a traditional Japanese healing technique to reduce stress and promote healing, link in description bar. But obviously this man did not learn his lesson from 2 months ago. He yet again this past weekend was caught on IG live again brandishing a gun. Dude, when are you going to learn your lesson? You just basically showed that you don't care about rules and regulation. You think you above that. You don't care about your fans and the image that you're portraying. You don't care that you are being seen as a role model and people are looking up to you, and you disappointed so many people. He did come out and apologize yet again, and saying that he disappointed so many people. Okay, those are words. We need action. 2 months ago, you was allegedly doing the work on yourself to be better. But obviously that didn't work because you did it again. Dude, you just need to deactivate your IG. Don't do IG live. Don't even do TikToks. Don't even post YouTube videos or Facebook videos. Don't do no videos at all. Stick to interviews before and after a game, or at some type of event. Nothing in your personal life. You just need to be just like MIA on social media. Or hand that over to somebody else, like your manager or somebody, or a PR person or somebody like that, to control, your media and what you post on your social media. You personally can't do it no more because you have no self-control. And you just out there posting any and everything and getting caught up. Now, 2 months ago, he had an 8-game suspension. Now he's been suspended. We're in the playoffs. They're not in it. His team isn't in it. But that doesn't lessen the embarrassment for his team and the franchise, the owners, let alone himself and his family. He don't have the right people around him, and if he's under the influence of anything, he needs to stop, because he doesn't make good decisions. Obviously at this point, it seems like he's out of control. It seems like he's out of control and he doesn't care. But he does. But after the fact, he say the right things to try to lessen the blow. But dude, this is your second time doing it. And I just read where, in between the last incident and now, he done had some run-ins with some other people being aggressive and attacking them and this, that, and other, allegedly. Gotta say allegedly. But I'm just saying, it's really starting to seem like this man got some type of anger problem. He got some type of issue. that is unresolved. And if he doesn't resolve it and fix it before it gets it's already out of hand, but he needs to reel himself in and figure out what really is the problem and actually do the work to get better. Actually do the work to get better, because clearly everyone is a work in progress, including him. But you have to continually do the work and realize that some of the decisions that you are making are bad decisions, and you being in the public make a public figure makes it even worse, because everything that you do is going to be scrutinized. You're going to be looked at up under a magnifying glass forever. As long as you're playing, even after you retire, you're going to be looked at under a magnifying glass because you are a public figure. So obviously this dude hasn't learned his lesson, and I hope he learned it soon before something worse, even worse, happen. Because the way things going, he's either going to hurt himself or hurt somebody else playing around with this gun. You know, if he continues along the path that he's on, and unfortunately that could be a real outcome for him. And God forbid that does happen, but it should not take something for like that to happen for him to actually stop. He needs to really sit down and reevaluate his life and his choices right now, because somebody's going to get hurt if he's going to continue to do down the path that he's on right now, either himself or someone else around him. And it probably will be unintentional, because he's playing around. And you don't play around with guns. They're sensitive. You don't know if it's really going to be locked or if it's unlocked. You don't know if it's one in the chamber and you playing around with the bloody thing. It's so many people out here playing with guns, and unfortunately they are losing their lives, or they accidentally shoot someone else, and that person gets injured or lose their life. It's too many people playing with guns. Guns are very serious. You know, they're sensitive. They could go off at a drop of a dime. Anything can happen. We see it in the news time after time after time. Little kids find gun, plays with gun, shoots cousin, shoots sibling, shoots self, shoot parent. I'm just saying. As for him to be in the position that he's in and already got in trouble for it before, and he's doing it again, obviously he doesn't care about consequences and things like that. The league can't keep slapping him on the wrist, and then he's going to keep doing the same thing again. So maybe some harsher punishment is going to be coming for Morant after this second incident, which it should, rightfully so. Because how many times you want to slap him on the wrist and be like, don't do it again. Don't do it again. Go in timeout. Think about it. Think about what you did to come back out. We'll forgive you. You can't, even with DV, players committing DV. That's serious, and the league used to take that seriously. They do take it seriously. They do way worse to their players that commit DVs. And this man is out here brandishing a gun that could end someone's life, let alone his. So for this to be the second time, I'm expecting some strenuous repercussions behind this, but we'll see what the league does. And I'm praying that he does actually really learn his lessons from this and actually do the dang on work. Demote him to D-League, where he has to go overseas and play until he, figure things out. He can't play for, the main league. Put him in the D-League and until he get himself together, and he has to work his way back. It has to be some type of repercussions at this point, because this is his second offense doing the same crap. And he needs to change the people that he be around. Because how did this get leaked again to the media? Did he, leak it himself, or did someone around him leak it? Release the footage this past weekend. So, and how did we, the public, find out about this yet again? Rightfully so. Again, these are my own opinions, and this Kiki is for entertainment purposes only. These are my own opinions. But I do expect tougher repercussions behind this second gun brandishing incident, because the league can't keep slapping him on the wrist and then giving him another chance because he's saying he's working on himself. Clearly, you was working on yourself the last time, and now you're back at it again. So you either put up or shut up. You really work on yourself and really do the changes. Because right now you just saying words, boo. You just saying words. You saying what you need to say to keep, wearing that jersey, keep wearing number 12 and stay on your team. Now, if your team sit up there and be like, okay, we don't want you on the team, and you're going to have to work your way back onto the team, maybe you'll start saying, you'll start thinking, taking this seriously. But we will see. And speaking of guns and gun violence, in Texas, a little 12-year-old shoots and unfortunately unalived a Sonic worker after the Sonic worker got into it with someone this 12-year-old was with it at inside the parking lot. It was an altercation between another passenger / driver of the car that this 12-year-old was in. And I guess the person was being belligerent, disorderly, and the Sonic worker came out and confronted him about it, and they having their exchange. And it sounds like the 12-year-old decided to fix the situation himself. And there was a rifle, they say it was an AR type rifle, in the car, and the 12-year-old took that and unalived the Sonic worker. Rest in peace to the Sonic worker. Unfortunately, he lost his life trying to, pretty much do the right thing and get these people away from the restaurant because they was being disorderly and whatnot. The guy that was involved in the altercation with the Sonic worker, because by the time the cops came and they transported the victim to the hospital, where he unfortunately did not make it, the guy and the boy and whoever else was in the car, they fled, they left. But the guy eventually came back and they arrested him, and they finally was able to locate the 12-year-old, so they both are in custody. But that 12-year-old is a minor, so they might go after the 12-year-old's parents as well. But I'm not for sure, because the child is 12, so that's the child could end up in the juvenile system. And Texas is pretty tough. Because I'm looking like they was about to go after that little 6-year-old that shot the teacher. But they eventually did go after the parents, because the 6-year-old, you can't even put that child in the juvenile system. But the 12-year-old can, because the 12-year-old is of age, and that's the age of where you can make, technically start making some decisions for yourself or whatever. So the 12-year-old is susceptible to the juvenile system. So I don't know. I mean, well, I can't say I don't know why the 12-year-old did, because the 12-year-old more than likely did it as a result of the altercation and felt like he had to defend the person he was with. Maybe that was his relative or a friend of a family, and he was like, I got your back or something like that. Maybe that's what was going through his head or whatever. But you know, what it's just crazy. It's just crazy. You know, don't involve you a child. Don't involve yourself in adult situations, and then let alone why you guys got these assault rifles in your cars. I mean, see, this is why we need gun control, because you got people just out here with these assault rifles just ready to do whatever, and kids will have access to this. You know, and it always a big problem for a day or two, and then you fall back off of it. So unfortunately, the Sonic worker did lose his life. Guys, continue to pray for him and his family. He did leave behind a 10-year-old child. They do have a GoFundMe. I'm not saying donate to it, but they do have a GoFundMe for the Sonic worker, more than likely for burial, funeral expenses, burial expenses, and whatever is left over is going to hopefully go to the child. You guys know how these GoFundMes go, but we need gun control. Sorry, not sorry, because this, like I said numerous times, anytime I bring up anything about guns and things like that, we do need gun control. You know, we really do, because this is getting out of hand, and it's going to get worse before it get better. How many more people are going to have to lose their lives for people to realize that there is a huge problem, for our government to realize there is a huge problem? And it's not just the opioid situation. It's not just women's reproduction systems that's a problem. It's gun control as well. So there's that. Come on now. Okay, and with that being said, let's go ahead and end this live, because like I said, it's been rough for your girl. It's really been rough. So I want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. Don't forget to like the live, share, and comment. If you're not part of the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Again, thank you for hanging in there with me. I know there has been some inconsistencies from here and there, but I do thank you guys profusely for hanging in there with me and continuing to come back and looking at my content and everything like that. I do see that I do have some new subscribers, so thank you guys for joining the family. I hope you enjoy it. But again, I can't thank you guys enough. You know, life been lifing, but I'm trying to get back to my consistent self. Kiki's will continue to be bi-weekly. The first Monday of the month will be book reviews, and then the Mondays afterwards will be Magical Mondays, and every 2 weeks there will be that self-care video every other Friday. So that is the schedule, and I want to try to be as consistent as I possibly can, but y'all know life be lifing. Life be lifing. So with that being said, again, all links to the shop will be in the description bar. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough, because you guys rock. Again, have a great evening, great day, great afternoon, whenever you guys are watching this, especially if you're part of the replay gang. And I'll go ahead and get out of here before I keep rambling and everything like that. I look forward to talking with you guys on the next Kiki. Check you guys later.